Alright guys, welcome to a new video. So today we will be looking at chapter 1 of your physics textbook, ICSE board. The chapter 1 is force. Now, basically this chapter you are ultimately learning only 4 concepts. You're learning about linear motion, rotational motion, you're learning about the formulas for force, and you're learning about the formula for torque. So let's take a look at it. So when you look at how an object moves, there are two types of motions. One is an object can actually go straight. This is what you call as linear motion. Now, this is applicable if the object travels in a straight line. Now, this could be horizontal, vertical, or even in an inclined direction. It would stake out. All right. So, in order for linear motion to take place, there has to be a push or pull on the object, right? This is what we call as force, and it's okay to call it as linear force as well. Those terms are interchangeably used. Now, the other type of motion is rotational motion. So, for example, here you have a stick, and I have a thread, and I have a ball, right? Now, if you basically shade this stick right around, what's going to happen is the ball is going to start rotating around the stick. In other words, there is some torque or some rotational force acting on this particular ball, which is basically making it spin. This rotational force is what we call as torque. Now, if you look at force, the unit of force is Newton, and the formula for force is m into a, where m is the mass and a is the acceleration. So when you multiply m and a, you get the force that is required to move the given mass at the given acceleration. So coming back to torque, let's take a simpler, more intuitive example. So we all have doors at our homes. So if you take a simple door knob, in order for you to rotate this, you apply a particular force, but this force is acting at a radius from the center of the knob, which makes the knob turn and the door gets opened, right? So this is an example of torque. And if you look at the formula for torque, it's written as tau equal to force multiplied by radius. Now, this tau can also be written as P. That's fine. It depends on how your school teaches. But this is a formula. Now, given that the unit of force is Newton and the unit of distance is meters, the unit of torque is Newton meter. All right. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one.